This man predicted the Bitcoin would be launched in about 30 years' time, and 15 years later, there was Bitcoin. Now, 15 years later from that point, we have a very, very good Bitcoin, currently sitting up at like $44,000 today, here on the 15th of December, 2023, guys. So as we can see, things are looking good, looking juicy, looking bullish. I've been talking about some crazy projects on my channel. Hope you guys are watching and keeping up. There's so much content that is being fired out right now over the course of the next few days for you guys. Make sure you guys come and check my live show as well on Monday. Hit this notification bell so that you guys can join me. I am going to be pumping videos there for you guys on different trades and different setups and what we're expecting over the next little while, guys. So make sure not to miss out. You guys can see I've been bringing you some crazy stuff. All right. Today, the Morales money bubbles. Make sure to stay right to the very end of the video as well, guys, because essentially I have a lot of stuff, as you guys can see, I've got to open for you guys. So do not miss out on 1 second, because this is high alpha content. You can see that I'm bringing you high alpha content non-stop. So let's go and rock this out together, guys. We are building this community together, and you do not want to miss out on one moment. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. And guys, we're going to check my trades a little bit later. Unfortunately, this is the second time I'm recording this video. I didn't push record on the first session, so I literally talking to myself for about 20 minutes. So anyways, in this video, please subscribe to my video, my Bybit and Bitflix links down pinned in the comments below for you guys. You guys can get an incredible bonus deposit there. And essentially, I wanted to show you me exiting my bonk trade, but essentially, as you can see, because it's been pumping, but for me, you know, it's reached a bit of a peak, so it's a good time to get out of it. So that for me is really cool, guys. I must say, you can see how many cryptos are pumping hard today, how many are in the red today. That's okay. We need to accumulate and just grow our portfolios, guys. So I hope you're having fun out there today. Today, the cryptocurrency market cap by price is nearly $1.7 trillion, which we're up 0.4%, and we've got 110.6 trading billion dollars. Okay. OMSAT's 112% up, Picasso is 94. I mean, GX chain 236, Bonkers up 89, Chihuahua chain is up 80%. Guys, things are pumping out there. So, you know, it is what it is. The fear and greed index today is sitting at 70. It's down a couple points from yesterday and the day before. But if you guys don't think that crypto and Bitcoin are exploding right now, well, the great wealth transfer could inject up to $225 billion into BTC and other crypto assets, according to Mike Novogratz. Now, this has big implications for BTC and other digital assets. Young people have proven to better understand digital assets, showing a willingness to invest in the space. As wealth passes from one generation to the next, as much as 225 billion could flow into digital assets, according to Mike Novogratz. That's huge, guys. That's massive. Okay. Now, I've got a cool couple videos that I'm going to share with you and show you, but I'm going to show you this Nobel Prize winner who predicted the kind of future of technology, which is essentially Bitcoin, and that it was predicted about 30 years ago already. So before I do that, this is the reporter. There's a reporter that's busy asking Fed Chair Powell here. Basically, the mood among economists at the moment seems to be one of cautious optimism. Yet when we hear from general public, there's a lot of discord about economic conditions. What do you think explains this disconnect? In simple, Jerome Powell basically said, well, inflation is coming down. The price level is not coming down. So people are still living with high prices, and that is something that people don't like. Very, very simple, well said. But guys, if you don't believe that Bitcoin is going up because of the way that they're treating the markets, especially after pausing rates once again, when the spot ETF gets approved, we will see a 25 to 30% rip in 2 days, according to the Wolf of Wall Street.
And we're going to get a spot Bitcoin ETF. When we do, Bitcoin will move 25 to 30% in 2 days. People are getting ahead of that. I think we'll go back down and test 37 again. I hope I'm wrong.
I think big rip, then a huge dip to take profit, and then we go search for all-time highs. I totally agree with exactly what you're saying. I've been saying we should go back to 38.
It seems like on the charts, that's where we had so much difficulty to the upside, and that's where we're likely to find support to the downside.
So if you guys think the same, because I've been telling you about this for so long on my channel about coming back down to 38K, 35K, even though I've been saying we've been exploding, so many things have been happening. I have been saying to you guys that we have been seeing some crazy stuff happen out there, and that's just one of them. So shout out to the Wolf of All Streets, which is Scott Melka. He's got nearly 1 million followers, and I'm going to show you a couple other things from Scott Melka. He shared this, and I want to go and show you guys because you guys can see for months and months and months I've been speaking about Quan on my channel, and every single time I speak to you guys about Quan, I don't think you guys actually realize how important this project is. Now, considering Quan platform, so he reposted this. I've also reposted this now on my Twitter. But finished and successful Quanks supply burn. 1.133 trillion Quanks tokens were burned on both chains. See burn transaction hashes below in the thread. Next steps report the total supply and new circulating supply to BSC scan, Etherscan, CoinGecko, and CoinMarketCap. Guys, this was before the burn. The communities, the blue, the gray is the project. Now the community owns more of the tokens. What do you think is about to happen here? Okay. Literally, we are about to see your token prices explode in Quan. Okay. If you have not been watching my channel, I can't help you. So subscribe to the channel because I'm showing you coins that are doing extremely well in this narrative, in this bull cycle, guys. And I have to say something to you guys. I believe Quan is going to go fly through the moon, and you don't want to miss out on that one. But this video isn't about that because JP Morgan has tripled his internal crypto team, all while the CEO, Jamie Dimon, bashes Bitcoin. So watch what they do, not what they say. In other words, don't believe them. I've showed you guys this enough on my channel. Showed you there, showed you there. I've showed it to you multiple times that they're turning on money printers. There's the money printer. They're coming very, very soon. There's another Quan video, guys. I said 5,000x gain. Actually, the latest video that I did can do it even crazier than that. So I hope you guys are watching and enjoying the content because there is so much stuff I need to share with you about those coins. All right. So now, before I go on to the next one, here, Anthony Pompliano, the Fed is pushing back the stock market to all-time highs. Bitcoin and crypto assets will be next. So once again, if you guys don't believe that we are about to see some of the craziest stuff out there in the markets, you can see here that the CPI index, all things, all items are 3.1%. Major categories like food is 2.9. Energy is down 5.4, and all things are 4%, guys. So inflation is still sitting at about 4%. So things are a little high still at the moment, and they still need to get them down. As you can see here is the CPI chart. It has been the highest, and it has never ever come down, really, other than this little blip here, which was actually the 2008-2009 recession. So when we do see something like that, that CPI data, guys, that is the time you buy more of every little asset that you can buy. Because as you can see here, they cannot actually control their inflation curve. The inflation curve has exponentially been growing. And where we are today is good. Where we are going to be in the future will dwarf all of this that we have seen just here, as we've seen this rate grow up. Hectic, guys, hectic. Here you can see here, this is the chart. It almost seems as though we're tapping out here, so we might see a bit of a pullback. If we do see a bit of a pullback, there could be indicators of a recession coming in. Now the same thing here with the price index. You can see the price index continues to go up. It has been continuing to go up this whole time, and I would say that with the RSI kind of resetting, the MACD kind of coming down a little bit, it's probably going to sit around this area for a few months and then pump. The same thing here now about the recession, the GDP recession indicator. You guys can see 2008, it took about 18 months for this level before we actually started to have this parabolic. It's been more or less that time. So we're going to see it coming soon, but that will be and equal. This is going to be a very different recession to any other time because they're going to have to print money during this recession, which is essentially, you can see here where the recessions are, and we are definitely due for a recession sometime soon, especially considering the MACD and the RSI are resetting themselves. So we could pull down even lower. We're not even at the lowest point here. I think we could still pull down more on this chart, and then we could see where that ends up taking us, holding us down here for a couple more months longer. So, you know, if you see how the Fed funds lag effect, you would say, so 6 months before recession started, you can see how it tremendously crashed, and then they raised it, then they started tapering, slowing the rates down, crashed hard, raised, crashed hard. And all of these are recessions. So 15 months after recession, 8 months after recession, huge pump, 17 months after recession, pause, crash, 17 months after recession, excuse me. Then all the way down to the bottom, we've pumped up hard here. That was 10 months to that recession, and we've started to pump, okay? Where we've had the fastest run in recession rates hikes in the history of the Fed, okay? You can see here that we are getting ready to pause and essentially turn. We've paused now for a couple of months, but essentially we could start turning here. Once we start turning, that will be an indicator that within about 6 to 17 months time, you will see a recession unfold, which means that it will be the greatest chance for you to make the biggest and most absolute killer gains that you have ever seen in your life, guys. So you can see here, because the Fed interest expense continues to climb, the US company net interest payments have collapsed over the last year despite the rising rates. So rates have risen, but the net interest payments have collapsed drastically. Okay. US non financial corporate net interest costs, percentage of post tax profits, are the lowest in 60 years. So it's been absolutely hammered down. Okay. And then as you can see here, the US corporate debt maturity wall, 230 billion, 525 annualized of corporate debt matures in the remainder of 23. 790 billion matures in 24, 1070 billion matures in 25. So 24, 25. Then we have the growth of 26. Okay. Then we have a little bit of a pause. And like I've been saying to you, this is kind of the cycles that we're experiencing, right? Because right now we're here, we're going into 24, 25, 26. So that's 3 years of strong bull cycle. But although 23 has already been quite bullish, so I would say 23, 24 going into 26 would be quite bullish, but maybe not all of 26. And then 26 to 27, we have that recession, that collapse, which then has the most strongest buying power and gives us this boost to start the next bull cycle, which really rallies this up, guys. This is leveraged loans. I mean, look, our leveraged loans by that point would be increased so drastically. Guys, things are really like shaking up and stirring up, and this is the time to make the biggest amount of money that you have ever made in your life and you've ever known, actually. So bring it into your life by subscribing to my channel, liking the video, and sharing this content with people that you care about so that they can know about this video, guys, because this is very important for them to see. This is non-financial interest expense paid that implied factoring in Moody's season by BAA corporate bond yield to stock debt. So recessions, okay, interest paid expense, interest implied interest expense. So you can see we had a pump, and then we had sideways, pump, drop, recession. Look at all the recessions they made on the peaks of the pumps. The recession is coming, guys, whether you like it or not. And then the last chart I want to go and show you is you can see credit card interest rates have drastically increased, kind of down from like 15% to like 21, 22%. So I don't know about you, but when I go and look at my charts and I see what's going on out there, I can actually say to you guys that the Dixie is losing its control. It's losing its power. It's losing its energy. It's ready for its demise, its continuation, its collapse down to the downside. I want to show you just very simply on the monthly time frame, guys, where we are, what's going on now. The monthly is all we really need to look at right now because we're now focused on the long term. We're getting ready to break this level here. And in fact, let me go and even give you this current box level because that would be the box that we're on right now. So, you know, currently we're on the way to breaking through this box zone right there. And as you can see, if we break that box, the likelihood of us actually collapsing all the way down to there is quite real before a retracement back up to that point. At this point, I would take some profits out on Bitcoin and crypto, and then put it back into dollars, wait for the return, and then buy back into more crypto assets at this point. Because we're probably going to do something like this. We're going to struggle to break through this hardcore area over here, as you guys can see. So, but there is a down sloping trend there. So push down, you know, we're going to see what happens out there. So that's for now. That's the dollar. You guys can see that that's pretty obvious. The USDT is pretty much looking like the same thing. It's looking like a short demise. It might want to hit that retracement area up there, but essentially, as you guys can see, USDT is pretty much following that same pattern, and it looks as though we want to pull down to the areas of the 4% down here. So, you know, my target was actually down here at the 2.7, 2.8%. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys subscribed to the channel yet? Have you hit the subscription bell? Come on, guys. All right. You know, here's Coinbase. So here's the Coinbase Bitcoin chart. So let's go and have a little bit of a zoom in, but you can see the daily is pulling up now. Although the MACD has crossed over, we are getting this down sloping trend. I need to kind of clean up my chart a little bit here for you because I've been drawing lots of squigglies and lines. But you guys can see here on the 4-hourly time frame that I have been drawing this head and shoulders pattern plus this head and shoulders pattern here for a long time. Already that we have been forming. There's the target up there at 48K. I've been showing you guys, if you've been watching my videos, you would see the incredible alpha that I'm bringing to you guys. And like I said, this is kind of the hair, the shoulder, the head, and the shoulder pattern that could be forming before we get a strong breakout to this high up here. So that's looking really very, very good for me on the Bitcoin chart. And even on these time frames, cool, man, we can reset here. We've broken out of this down sloping trend here, although there's now officially another down sloping trend over there. And we actually haven't quite hit the target of this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which was all the way actually up here. On that green line, you can see that how that perfectly aligns. So we actually haven't quite reached that level, and that level is about 44,000 up there. So we do need to get back up to the top. I do believe we're bouncing off of this breakout zone here to push up to that top, pull back here, create the next shoulder, pump up there, and then just kind of cruise on out here before we get this high. And I would say, guys, by the end of December, which is going to be right here, that we will be out of that line. So I'm going to draw a vertical line for you guys on the end of December, on the 1st of January. There you go. And I'm going to say to you guys that we would probably end up kind of pushing up there, pulling down here, hardcore, then kind of breaking up or sitting there, kind of retest, push up here, kind of sit and hover around this level, and that's kind of where we'll end December at. That's where I'm thinking, guys, we could even push up here to this 52K level. That is what I'm predicting. I would like to hear what you guys think down in the comments below. Now the total crypto market cap, guys, has been pumping here. We've got a higher low session on the RSI. We've got increasing volume and momentum on the MACD. We're pushing through this level. The white level, as I indicated to you guys, was a very strong level of resistance that I was showing you for some time now, which was at that point over there. So we are pushing through a bit of resistance. We've hit the target all the way since we broke out from this downsloping trend here. So maybe we do need to kind of push up to this level here, then get our pullback, our decent pullback before a continuation in the rally pattern, like I've kind of drawn out for us here. Let me know what you guys think about that. But guys, you can see here I'm chasing this AVAX trade because we're currently breaking out of this upward sloping triangle pattern. Plus, it's also creating a W pattern, as you guys can see here, which is very, very interesting as well. So I think AVAX is going to continue its rally. Let's see, I'm leaving my trade there at the top of these candles so that we break out, we retest, and we pull up. So that's where my entry will be. But as you guys can see here, my AVAX trade from $1 up to $29 now, which is 2,772%. So you can trade even with $1, guys. That's what I'm saying to you. Cardano's up 952%. Algo's up 91%. Atom is up 16%. Blur's up 16%. Bitcoin is up 464%. Dogecoin 135%. DOT is up 50%. ETH is up 70%. Filecoin is up 57%. Injectors up 116%. Sui is up 23%. Theta's up 28%. Tia's up 188%. Uni's up 20%. XRP is up 33%. Now, let's go and check out my trade. You can see here, there you go. There's my bonk. Close long, and then close long. That was my last. So fee paid, fee rate, price, full type, transaction ID. So it doesn't really tell you the time, but you can see here that my bonk, my trades were closed throughout the day here. So that's pretty cool. And I'm very, very happy and blessed that we are looking at this incredible market out there. In fact, let's go and change it here because I think that's where we need to change it in order for bonk to be in its position. And I'm going to relook Pith, guys. I think Pith is going to be next to make a huge pump. So let's make sure that we have a little bit of an interesting vibe. So guys, I want to show you how perfectly timed the bonk trade was, and I need you guys to just this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for being here with me. I truly appreciate every single one of you beautiful beings. Let's go and see what's going on here. We need the bonk trade. What's going up here? Okay, so as you guys can see here, I closed, so I opened my long and then I closed parts of my position all the way until I've just closed the entire trade. So, you know, you guys can see that. Sold all my bonk. Even if we retrace to there, I don't mind. You know, if I go and look at this on the daily, guys, it has literally just obliterated. I mean, I don't know what that percentage is from down there. I mean, but that's massive, guys. That's, I mean, yeah, it's time for a retracement. And if this candle closes like this today, going to be a huge sell-off, and it might actually be a good point to take a sell-off on this candle if it does actually kind of pull back up to this level here. I might actually put in a sell order for this. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you closely posted on this a little bit later, but hope you guys have enjoyed. You guys can see I'm just being straight up with you when I do take my trades. So much love. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you later, you beautiful soul. So I actually didn't show you in this video, so I'm going to just play it right here at the end. The video that I wanted to share with you about the gentleman or the Nobel Prize winner that actually spoke about Bitcoin 30 years ago already, or the potential of Bitcoin 30 years ago. So let's go and listen to what he says. This is the gentleman, Nobel laureate.
But that will soon be developed is a reliable eCash, a method whereby on the internet you can transfer funds from A to B without A knowing B or B knowing A. The way in which I can take a $20 bill and hand it over to you, and there's no record of where it came from. And you may get that without knowing who I am. That kind of thing will develop on the internet, and that will make it even easier for people to use the internet. Of course, it has its negative side. It means that the gangsters, the people who are engaged in illegal transactions will also have an easier way to carry on their business. But I think that the tendency to make it harder to collect taxes will be a very important positive effect of the internet. The one thing that's missing,
a very important part of the internet. So this Nobel Prize winning economist predicted Bitcoin 30 years ago, guys. So basically, specifically Friedman, who won the 1976 Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences for research on consumption analysis, monetary history and theory, and the complexity of stabilization policy, praised the invention of the internet back in 1993 in a video shared by the ex-user documenting BTC on September 21. So, well, guess what, guys? Now we have Bitcoin. Thanks for watching. See you later.